Hi guys and welcome back to the kingdom. I hope you guys have had positive and productive weeks this week. So this week we are doing a slightly different kind of video and we are going to be talking about the 10 gifts that you can give your writer besties this Christmas. Also, shout out to my friend Georgia who gave me this suspiciously book-shaped present. Thank you very much. I wonder what could be inside. So we writers, we can be a strange breed of person. We can be staring off into the distance and our brain is in a different galaxy or world or time entirely. And a lot of the time we rattle on about really bizarre things. I myself am absolutely 100% guilty of this. Writing can often consume a lot of who we are, a lot of our time, which is why when it comes time to getting us a gift, it can sometimes be difficult to know what to get us, because beyond buying our book, it can sometimes be very difficult to show admiration and support for your author friends. But don't you worry, I have a list of 10 gifts that you can get your writer friends this year, or whenever. Number 1, coffee vouchers. This could be Starbucks or Costa or your local coffee shop if you want to support local small businesses. Wherever your writer friend likes to write out and about in the world, why not give them a small token to help fuel that creative brain? I know personally I would absolutely adore coffee vouchers. I love writing out and about, so this would make the perfect gift for me and many of my writing friends. I know personally the amount I spend on coffee and tea, particularly when I'm writing out and about and I don't want to break my flow, is definitely at the north end of the scale, so some help in this area would be much appreciated. Number 2, notebooks. Now, hold your horses, I'm not saying go out there and get a standard notebook from WH Smith's, which you've probably already thought of getting your friend before. I'm thinking go a little deeper than that. One of the main things that a lot of bookworms struggle with is keeping track of all of their ideas, keeping them in the same place, or carrying the wrong notebook with them when they're out and about. So what I do is I have converted a planner or a personal organizer and turned that into my notebook. Here it is, this is my notebook, and as you can see it looks like a planner. What I have done is I've repurposed this planner to be my writing notebook. Now I've got sticky tabs in this little foldery bit here. Got stickers at the back to help remind me what themes I'm going with, what emotions I want to evoke in my story, and I've got some notey bits here that are for work and for other things to remind me to do things, my to-do lists. But at the back, what I've got is plain dotted paper. I can also buy packs of lined paper or plain paper depending on what I want to have in my notebook, but it means that I can write down any story idea and then worry about transferring it to the right place later, so I'm never carrying the wrong notebook with me. So as you can see, what I do at the back is I use sticky notes at the moment and fold them over to separate out story ideas I'm working on. And yeah, that's basically it. So what I would recommend, if you can go the extra mile and get this kind of personal planner, A4 planner, and the spare paper, I think that when authors start using this system, a lot of them really enjoy this system, really start to connect with this system, because it means that they can organize things as they want and change it about as they want as well. So definitely recommend this. Also, a lot of writers absolutely adore stationery, so if you can't afford this or can't find this, then absolutely feel free to get them the standard notebook as well. We can never have too many notebooks, pens, post-it notes, coloured pencils, so go all out with the stationery, you cannot go wrong. Number 3, an aesthetic screen. Now I don't know if this actually exists, but I really want it to exist, so if someone can think of a mechanism for doing this or knows exactly what I'm describing, put a link down in the comment section for me so I can either buy one for myself or make some less than subtle hints to my boyfriend to buy it for me. But it is an aesthetic screen, so a lot of writers create these aesthetic boards to remind them of places, characters, themes that they want to exemplify in their novel. These are images, sounds, all of those different things that sort of create these emotions and these feelings and help them write in a certain way. The only problem is, if you're like me and you're out and about, you generally only have your laptop with you. I also don't have a double screen at home, so I am generally only working with the one laptop screen, which means having my document or my writing manuscript open and looking at my aesthetics at the same time means I need to print them out. And a lot of people don't have high quality printers, which means the images they're using can come off with that sort of printed feel. Either they get streaks in it, the colours aren't quite right, the details aren't the same. For whatever reason, it doesn't come out quite the same way as it does when you're looking at it on the screen. Which is why what I would really like is to be able to have like a tiny little screen that you could stick aesthetics in, photos, and basically you can like set it up next to your laptop. So if your laptop's here, you can set it up sort of there, and it can flick through the different aesthetics as your characters and your scenes, and it will show you things to help you remember, or remember the images, help you get into your flow, maybe aid in your writing process. Again, I do not know if this exists. I don't know if I'm a complete weirdo for wanting something like this, but I know that personally I would absolutely adore having just like a little writing aesthetic screen so it can flick through those photos. Number 4, sticking with getting writers in the zone. If they don't already have it, noise cancelling wireless headphones. Writers often write to a soundtrack, particularly if they write out in public. It helps them block out the world around them, get them into an emotional place, get them into a creative place, and that helps spark ideas and get the words flowing. The music sort of helps keep them isolated from the outside world, so when noises from the outside world creep in, it can really break flow and writers can really struggle to get around this, which is why noise cancelling headphones are absolutely fantastic. I add the caveat that they should be wireless because I know that I do writing in long stretches. I know that me personally, it takes me 20 minutes to really get into the flow of a book. I need to reread some of the chapter before, to remind myself of the characters, all of those different things. So if I don't have longer than half an hour to 40 minutes to write, then I will probably write something else, like a YouTube script, or do something on my website. Because of that, I will often write when I've got entire afternoons to write, or I've got entire hours to write, meaning that wireless headphones are a must, because generally speaking, people need to go to the lavatory. And it is so great to be able to just pop to the lavatory, or pop to make a cup of tea, or grab a glass of water, whatever it is you want to do, without having to take your headphones off and break that zone, because then all that happens is that you come back and you have to fight to get back into that writing zone again, that creative mindset. So I know that these can be expensive, but if you can afford it, noise cancelling wireless headphones will definitely go down really well with your writing friends. Number 5, smellies. Now I'm going to put a caveat on this. I am a firm believer that you should never get anyone shampoo, body wash, perfume, anything like that unless specifically asked for, because I think it sends the wrong message. Most people are rather picky about the smells that they like, about the smells that they want to be associated with themselves, because smells can invoke very powerful memories in people, which is why I will never buy something that goes on the body for somebody else. Other people may be fine with it, but it's personally not something that I would do. The kinds of smellies that I'm talking about are candles or scent decanters. A lot of writers use different scents because, like music and aesthetic laws, it helps get them into a very specific creative place. And like I said, scent can bring back powerful memories, powerful emotions in people, which can be very beneficial when writing. Also, it can set some fantastic mood lighting, particularly in this dour, dark time of the year. So having something that smells of cinnamon burning right next to you can really help lift the spirits and make you feel jolly. Number 5, writing gloves and cozy socks. So they are all over the internet. You can get fingerless gloves and fluffy socks. Perhaps you can get like jumpers and cozies. Writing involves sitting still for an extended period of time, which means naturally some of the time we're going to get cold. I know personally I live in a house with a lot of windows, and that means that the heating isn't always very effective. So cozy socks, jumpers, fingerless gloves, all around the themes of writing, will definitely go down well with your writing buddies. I particularly like fingerless gloves so that I can write out and about, say maybe in a chilly coffee shop, without actually feeling like I need to move on because the cold is distracting me from the written word. However, I also don't like to type with gloves on, like with the material on my fingers. I kind of Maybe it's a weird thing, maybe it's just me, but I like having my fingers bare when I type. I also don't like wearing bangles or bracelets, so if you're thinking of getting your writing friend bangles or bracelets, I would advise against. Number 6, books. This might shock you, but your writing friends might be bookworms.
What?
I know. Generally speaking, people move from loving books to loving writing, and a few people go the other way as well. So if you're struggling for something to get them, maybe go on their Amazon wish list or their book depository wish list, or ask them, is there a book that they would enjoy? Sometimes all you're going to have to do is listen, and they will probably mention a few books that they'd like to try. Maybe they'll be out and about and they'll show you an Instagram post with a very pretty book on it, or maybe they'll be out and about and talking about a new author that they enjoy. But if you really want to get them a bookish present and you're not sure what to get them, try an Audible book subscription or another Audible book subscription platform. I personally love reading audiobooks because it means that I can read an audiobook whilst doing the dishes and driving across the country and all of those kinds of things. When I'm doing something else, when my hands and eyes are demanded elsewhere, my ears are open, and that means that I can read. There are a lot of people out there who think reading audiobooks doesn't count as reading, but as long as you're taking in the story and enjoying it, I think it is reading. So it depends what your writer friends think on the topic. Wait, I think that was number 7? I think I said 6. Anyway, number 8, bathtub caddy. Again, this may be something that I really want, but I really enjoy baths. I find that the heat and the smells and all of those different things can really help me relax, but I'm always really worried to take my book into the bathroom with me because I am quite the clumsy person, and there have been more than one book lost to the soapy water below. So what I would really like is a table to go across the bath so that I can rest my book on it, maybe a glass of wine or a cup of tea, probably wine, and just enjoy and completely zone out whilst reading my books. Again, you can find lots of different things that do this, maybe something that holds a book open whilst in bed. I've actually seen something on Amazon where someone can like wrap themselves almost entirely in a blanket, and they have like a little button, and there's this contraption. It's quite expensive, that basically holds the book at an angle for you whilst you're lying down in bed and turns the pages for you. Now, I don't know a bookworm who wouldn't love to at least try this, but I think it's also very expensive. But there are lots of different things out there to hold books or be around books. If you're thinking something slightly lower on the price range, book sleeves for when people are carrying books out and about. You can often find companies that are willing to personalize book sleeves or do specific designs on them, so you can really add that personal touch to the present. Number 9, courses, tickets or events. So a lot of the time, if you're a writer or if you're a book lover, then there will be events, courses or tickets to things that they want to go on that are related to writing or books. Personally, I attend a YALC every year, and I would adore it if someone bought me YALC tickets for my birthday or for Christmas, although it's unlikely to be for Christmas because the tickets aren't on sale then. Either way, if someone bought me tickets to YALC, I would be absolutely thrilled. And that's a very specific example. But there are bound to be things like book conventions, writing courses with authors that they've absolutely loved. All of those different things go on all of the time. So if you really want to get them something, pay attention to the writing that they like to do. Don't get them a poetry writing course if they're a thriller writer. So pay attention to the writing they like to do, potentially authors that they love that can either vouch for the programme or are running the programme, and maybe then you'll find something that you can give them that they'll really cherish forever. And number 10, non-book related items. That's right, even though writing and books probably takes up 95 to 98% of our brains, we're still going to enjoy things like jewellery, we're still going to enjoy things like wine and clothes and food. If you want to combine those things, nowadays what you can do is you can upload specific book covers to earring websites, and then you can get earrings that are your book cover or the cover of your favourite book. You can get quote necklaces, you can get quote temporary tattoos that you can design yourself. There are lots of ways for you to personalise gifts to writer friends, but also bear in mind that your writer friends also appreciate things that aren't about writing. Anyway, that's all from me this week. Thank you to everyone who has shown me some support for Undercover Thief. Yes, I have painted this one. Your support has been absolutely invaluable to me. It has meant the world to me. I've had such fantastic reviews on Goodreads and Amazon, and I just really can't thank you guys enough. Obviously, we are now moving into the Christmas period. Next week will be December 24th, and I am planning on uploading a video. I'm planning on uploading a book painting video. So I know it's not my normal writing advice kind of video, but I will be returning to those in the new year. A painting video is a lot easier for me to film, put together and put up for you guys on Christmas Eve, given that I'm going to be here, there and everywhere in the next few weeks. So I hope that you enjoy that. If you've liked today's video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you've got any other things, links to items that you think would go down with writer friends, or you've bought for your writer friends and have gone down well, please link them in the comments below and let me know if there are any topics that you'd like me to discuss in the future. I hope you all have positive and productive weeks, and I'll see you next week. Bye!